Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going to be going over my entire portfolio. So a lot of the questions I get are related to the names inside of my portfolio. So every single Monday is dedicated to going over my entire portfolio, everything that I'm holding. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at, and just my mindset behind each and every trade. So that's every single Monday here. I did just open up a new trade this morning. This is actually a short on silver. So this is ZSL. I'm shorting silver here. I'm probably going to get some pushback on this from some of you metal guys, but I do think we are close to a top. I do think we could keep pushing up in the short term, but I am not a short-term trader. I'm a long-term trader. And just by the way this chart looks, okay, I mean, we are very overextended, very overbought. If the top's not in already here at 118, I think it's very, very close. Yes, we could push up to 150. Yes, we could push up to 200. But I am going short on silver here, and the way that I shorted that is the ZSL ticker. This is the inverse ETF of silver. So when silver goes down, ZSL goes up. And we did just take that trade today over here. I post all my trades over here inside Overkill Trades inside the Discord. ZSL, you can see it's 3% of my total stock portfolio, but I do believe that the top is very close to silver. Okay, I get it. Like, congratulations everybody that bought it down here at $20 to $30 when we got our signals, but the move has happened. Right now we're up here in delusion, greed, new paradigm territory. This is where we want to be taking profits as traders. Okay. If you think it's going to keep going up, then continue to hold it. That's great. If you want to squeeze out another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%. But I'm going to take my chances elsewhere on that after a big parabolic move on silver. That's a great trade. But in the end, you never actually make money until you take profits. And again, silver has gone up like this in the past. It did back here in 2011. You could see it had a big parabolic move here. You could see the separation off of the EMAs. These are our EMAs right here. When you get that separation off those EMAs, okay, just like we're seeing here today, okay, look at the separation. I mean, we're literally sitting 60 to 80%, 80% off of the blue EMA down here. That just indicates that we have gone on a parabolic move. So when something goes parabolic like that, I want to short it because everyone's excited up here and everybody hates it down here, right? This is where altcoins are right now. This is where silver is right now. So if I'm trading, right, because that's what we do here, I would be selling my silver and going into the names that are more beaten up, right? Like names like, you got names like Chainlink. Chainlink is literally below its EMA, below its averages. Okay, if you guys don't know what the averages are, those are the moving averages. That's just another name for mean. How do you know you're getting something at a fair price? Well, you buy it at the average. How do you know you're getting something at a discounted price? Well, you buy it below the average. How do you know you're getting something at an expensive price? Well, you buy it up above the average. And if you're, I don't know one person buying silver right now. I don't know anybody that's saying, hey, I'm buying silver up here, all-time highs at 120,000. If you're that person, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Tell us how great you are. I just, as a technical trader, right, we're not buying stuff up off the averages. You can see Chainlink was up here at $28 back in August. This is when we were selling Chainlink. What happened? It pulled back. Now nobody wants anything to do with Chainlink down here. Everybody wants everything to do with Chainlink up here when it's going up, right? Really exciting times, really boring, right, sad times. That's why they call it despair. Despair isn't made to be all sunshine and rainbows. I had to kick somebody from the Discord today because they were crying in the chat. Okay, despair is supposed to feel like despair. Okay, it's not supposed to feel good. It's not supposed to feel great. Warren Buffett says, buy when there's blood in the streets. When is there blood in the streets? When people are crying in the chat. Okay, that is when there's blood in the streets. People aren't crying up here. People are excited, right? They're on top of the world up here. Down here, nobody's excited. That's just the reality of investing, right? Buy when there's blood in the streets. That's what the greatest investor of all time said. When people are quitting, when people are giving up, when people are tired, when people are crying, that's when you should be buying. That's when you should be loading up. Okay, and we can tell that based on our indicators, right? We know that people are in despair down here. Okay, our strategy here on this channel is to buy when this blue wave here is down below the white line on the weekly chart. If it's down below the white line, that means we've just had capitulation. Okay, we've had a big drawdown. Okay, down here. This is where we want to buy. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Jim Cramer says, the news says. what your grandpappy says. I don't care. All I know is that we pulled back 50 to 60% from the previous high when this is down here. So that's our strategy, folks. It's very simple. It doesn't take rocket science. It takes patience, okay? And it takes discipline. If you can't have patience in these markets, you're going to fail, okay? 90 to 95% of people fail in the markets. Do you guys understand that? 90 to 95% of people fail. Why do you guys think that is? Okay, I'll tell you what I think. I think it's because they can't control their emotions, right? They either invested too much or they bought some crappy coins that they don't believe in and they're not willing to hold. Okay, a lot of altcoins have just been going sideways here. And we're looking at Chainlink right now. So I'll just actually start up here at HIMS for HIMS. Again, look where we're at. Okay, we're down here in despair. When's the last time HIMS was down here? It was all the way back here in 2023. That was about 3 years ago. Where was the price? The price was at $7. Was anybody talking about HIMS down here at $7 back in 2023? No, nobody cared. Where was everybody talking about HIMS at? Okay, last year. Everybody was buying HIMS up here at 60 to 70. This is when Twitter was talking about it. This is when everyone was excited. Everyone was having a good time, jumping around, saying, yippee-ki-yay, right? Now, very quiet. No one really talking about it, but I do have a position on HIMS, and I actually really want to average down here. I like how this week is opening up. Again, we've capitulated, guys. If your name is down off the previous high over 50%, if you go read any investment book, okay, go read The Intelligent Investor, go read Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins, go read any investment book. When a name dips 50, 60% and gets cut in half like that is when you should be looking to buy, okay? If Apple went down 50% tomorrow, okay, like it did back here in April, guys, remember when the tariffs were in back in April, okay? What did Apple do? It dropped from 260 all the way down here to 170. That was only a 35% drop, but Apple's a huge company, right? Nobody wants to buy. This is where people are scared. This is where people are crying in the chat, okay? And again, this is the market. It is what the market is. The market is not for everybody, okay? If you can't control your emotions, we have a strategy that allows us to buy at a place. Okay, you can see every time Apple pulls back down here, it's time to buy. Okay, it was time to buy right there in April 2024, time to buy right here April 2025. Boom. All of those were really good trades. So we have a very specific strategy, and when these signals get called out down here, just know that these don't come around every day on a weekly chart. Okay, we trade the macro time frames here, guys. All of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. These are not day trades. Okay, if you're day trading, go find another channel. This is not a day trading channel. I tell you guys that in every single video. Okay, down here, okay, is where we should be buying. You see, Link gave you that right there at $12. Where's Link right now? It's at $12. What happened to Link from April all the way up to August? Well, it went from $12 all the way up to $28. That was a 132% trade. 132%. You more than doubled your money if you bought these signals last time, okay? And that was back in April of 2025. That was 9 months ago. Okay, these signals don't come around very often, and I get it. When we go sideways like this, it's very boring. There's not a lot to do. Okay, I told the guy crying in the chat today, I can just sit back and make videos when things are good. Okay, but what kind of person would I be if I just sat there and only made videos when everything was good? I'm a person that I believe has integrity, and when things are down, when things are bad, I'm still going to be putting out content. Okay, I'm not just going to be around when things are really good, okay? Because there's a lot of new influencers that pop up when things go like this. A lot of people quit making videos and quit doing stuff down here. So I'm just not that kind of person. I'm going to be with you guys through the good and the bad of it because that's just how I am, okay? We're all going to win together. We're all going to lose together. And we've been buying since right here in December, okay? So again, Chainlink hasn't moved in 3 months, okay? 15 to about $12. We're in a range, right? We're ranging. You see how we just go sideways here? Okay, look back here in August. Sideways, 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 explosion. Okay, sideways is not a bad thing. Okay, this is when things are quiet, no one's excited, no one's having a good time. You just open up Twitter and all you see is silver right now because it's way up here, right? Everybody wants silver or everybody thinks silver is great, which is great. Again, if you traded silver and you made money, congratulations. But you only make money if you sell. That's just the reality of the situation. Okay, you don't make money, you don't make profit until you sell, and you don't lose until you sell either. So 90% of investing, if you guys are doing it the right way, is waiting. Okay, buying and selling is easy. The hard part is waiting. Okay, silver literally went from $20 to $30 for how long? I mean, look how long it just stood between $20 and $30. Okay, from 2022 to 2025, you had to wait freaking 3 years for it to break out of that consolidation. And you could see we're already getting a pullback here at 109, all the way down to 109. But I really like that short trade that I took today. I really, really like that short trade on ZSL. So HIMS, I still really like. I want to buy more HIMS. I told you guys I was going to buy this at 30. If it dropped to 20, I was going to buy more. But I do think this is in a really good spot to accumulate. I'd be watching that for that weekly signal here like an absolute hawk. Okay, and we will call that weekly signal out like we do over here in the Discord. I'd be watching for HIMS under the weekly alert section. We call out all the alerts over here in the Discord. We even have a how-to trade each and every signal here. So I would just, when HIMS gets that weekly, I think it's bottomed here. I think it's going to bottom there at 30. I really like HIMS here at $30 still. If anything, I'm looking to buy more. Ray, same thing. What are we doing? We're consolidating. We're not going up. No one's excited. No one's having a good time. No one's talking about it. Why is no one talking about it? Because we're just doing this. Okay, there's absolutely zero excitement in the altcoin sector right now. Okay, we're literally just doing this. This is when no one's excited. This is when people lose interest and they're going to go off and they're going to go chase the next shiny object. Okay, they're going to go try to find the next get rich quick scheme. Okay, if you think you're going to get rich quick in with our strategy at least, you're totally wrong. This is not a get rich quick, get rich overnight type of strategy. Okay, this is an investing strategy. Okay, all of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. That means when we buy, we are looking to buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. Okay, I say 1 to 6 months because there's no real way to actually tell, right, exactly how long it's going to last. But a 1 to 6 month time frame with our indicators and our strategy is typically right what we're expecting when we take trades. Okay, we bought Ray right here in December at around $1. I think we're down 2 pennies on the position. So still a buyer down here of Ray, even with that red dot. You got the MACD crossover. I really like Ray down here. This is one of the biggest altcoins on the Solana ecosystem. Link, we already kind of talked about this. Again, red, green, red, green, red, green. You see that when we're consolidating, right? But you could see the major support level right here at $11. Major support. Okay, I really like Link. Link is my #1 altcoin play. If I were to buy any cryptocurrency, if I had to go all in on one play, it would be Chainlink, just because of how they are pretty much getting in bed with the government and the new financial systems and all the partnerships they're forming. If you guys don't know what Chainlink is, do some research on it. It is technically the technology that the new financial system is being built on. So I truly think down here is a gift. At $12, it's a gift. It's a generational wealth opportunity. Okay, if this thing goes back to 28, that's around 130, 140% move. Okay, I like my chances of Chainlink going back to the recent high in August, up to 140%. Then I do something like silver going up to $200. That's just the reality of the situation. Okay, I don't think silver is going to get to 200. It definitely can. Just because I think something doesn't mean it's going to happen. But what I can tell you is that we're way right. Look at the averages. Look at the moving averages here. Okay, moving average down here. Okay, oh my God, silver's the greatest thing in the world. This is like XRP back last year when everyone was saying it was going to $10,000 by the end of the year, right? We call that delusion. Okay, and again, this is where the greed sets in. This is where people just think it's going to keep going up and up and up and up. And again, everything corrects. Everything always corrects. Everything always comes down. Okay, you can already see silver starting to dip a little bit. It hit what, 119, and now it's at 108. So I want to see silver correct to like $60, and then I'll close my short. But I feel really good about that short position on ZSL. I think I'm already up like 20% on it. So yeah, like I said, I like my chances with my money would be on Chainlink going to 28 rather than silver going to 200 here. Oracle still looks really good. We took a position on that one up here at around 190. It's at 183. We're down $7. Big whoop. Okay, again, just looking for another signal to add here. I think this one did get the daily today. So that does have the daily, which indicates a potential short-term bounce here. Personally, I'm going to wait for the weekly to average down. I could average down a little bit on this right now. I'm just not down that much. I only like to average down on positions if I'm down 20%. And I don't know how much I'm down. Let me see how much I'm down here on my Oracle position. I think it's like, I don't know, 10, 15% maybe. Let me check. Let me see here. Oracle. I played the ETF, the 2x levered ETF. Where are we at? Here we are. Yeah, I'm down 12%. So I might actually add to this a little bit. I think I am going to add to this off the daily dot here. I know the dot is red on the weekly, but that is a nice little gap up there. So I might add here. I want to get this up to, I'm going to say 2%. So I'm going to go ahead and buy maybe 100, what I have 150 shares. So if I bought another 150 more shares, that'd be about another $2,000. I'm going to add 100 shares. I'm just going to add a little bit to this. That's going to get this average cost down to 12. See, I'm not down 20% though, so I don't feel very good about averaging down. The only thing is my position is pretty small. So I'm just going to buy 100 shares of Oracle here, and I'm trading ORCX. So now my average cost is 1641. It's setting at 15. So I still really like this company. It's one of the biggest tech companies out there. They make a ton of money, and they're actually part owner of TikTok now. So I just averaged down a little bit on Oracle there, and that's just off that daily dot. I'll average down again if I get that weekly dot. But this thing, again, very beat up from its all-time high, right? All the way up here at all-time highs. We don't want to buy at all-time highs, right? That's just stupid, right? You're asking to get wrecked if you're buying at all-time highs. Okay, we're down 50% from the high. So when a name is down 50% is normally when I get interested, right? That's when I'm like, okay, like we're down 50%. That means if we go back to that level, which we should fully believe in our hearts that we're going to go back to all-time highs on the projects that we're buying, because we only want to buy good quality projects, right? That means if it goes back to there, okay, that's 100% gain. Okay, 100% back up to here. So I like Oracle still. Again, as long as this wave, this blue wave is down here below the white line, we're in the accumulation phase, right? We're in the accumulation zone. This is where we should be accumulating as much as possible. Okay, we want to buy down here and sell up here. It's simple, right? Markets don't go up forever and they don't go down forever. They move in waves. They go up, they go down. Okay, they go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. That's how they work, folks. I zoom out of the chart. It's not a straight perpendicular line there. So I really like Oracle here. Their earnings look really good. I'm still a buyer. I just added a little bit to that position. I didn't go too heavy. I think it's a little less than a little over 1% of my total portfolio now. But you got to keep in mind, I'm buying a levered ETF. So it's a 2x levered ETF. So if I have a 1% position, right? If I have a 1% position, that really means it's 2%. Because why? Because it's 2x levered, right? That's why I don't go too heavy, right? I don't like to exceed 2.5% on any one position. And this is like a 1.36% position. So it's not a huge position, but it is one. So that's about right. It makes up a small amount. And the reason I do that is if it goes down a lot, I can add more, right? I'm not going all in on the first dot that I see. Sometimes that's the right move, but sometimes it's not, right? So I still like Oracle. I think it's a great company. SUI also still very bullish here. It has a red dot here on the weekly, but we got this signal back here at around 135. We called this signal out at 135, so we're actually still up on this position right now at 144. So once again, we're in a consolidation phase in crypto, okay? Consolidation is not a scary thing. It's not a bad thing. We're just doing this, okay? It's up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow, up today, down tomorrow. Pretty soon, we're going to get one of these, and I can't tell you the exact date. Okay, I know a lot of people out there want to say, on February 2nd, 2026, we're going to be at all-time highs. There's no way to really tell, dude. There's no way, okay? Markets go up when money fluctuates, right? When money is injected. So SUI's probably my number 2 pick. If I were to pick a second crypto, Chainlink would be my first, SUI would be my second, and I really like SUI here at 144 still. It has a red dot, so what you could do is I would be playing the daily, okay? If it has a red dot down here on the weekly, I'm looking at the daily. Okay, and I think that daily dot for SUI is going to come here in the next couple days. And if you guys are familiar with our selling strategy, okay, we look for the red zone up here. So the only time we should be thinking sell is when we come back up here and retrace into the red zone. Okay, we want to sell when we get up here into the red zone on the Fibonacci. If you guys aren't familiar with the Fibonacci, I have a free trading course in the Discord, but what we look for is a red dot in the red zone. That gave you that all the way up here at $5. And then what did it do? Okay, $5, it dipped all the way down to $1.68. It bounced, and now it's obviously free fall, and now we're in despair territory, right? This is where people give up. This is where people start crying in the chat. Okay, It's just the way it is. What we're doing right now is we're patiently waiting, right, until we get back up into that red zone. And the typical time frame for that off of these signals is 1 to 6 months. Okay, 1 to 6 months. Okay, not tomorrow, not next week. Okay, 1 to 6 month out. You got to stay long. Okay, don't think short term. Okay, again, despair does not feel good, right? I could go away today and I could say, hey, I'll come back when we're at all-time highs. I could do that, right? I could do that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because right now is when you should be digging in, okay, digging in and loading the boat, okay? You don't quit when times get hard. People who do that in life are losers, okay? There's no such thing as losers, actually. There's only winners and quitters, okay? If you quit, you're a loser. That's it. You're a loser if you quit. That's it. Anything you do in life, whether it's your gym, your diet, your investments, your business, your job, okay? You're a winner or you're a quitter. That's all there is to it. So, again, no crying in the Discord. I don't want to hear it, okay? Now is not the time to be scared and panicking, okay? Now is the time to be loading the boat, okay? And being patient. Again, it's not about buying and selling. It's about waiting. It's about having patience, okay? So, again, our target's up here in the red zone. Again, if you guys do not have our trading indicators, all these indicators that we use, the moving averages, the Fibonacci, the red and green dots, you guys can download all of those over here in the Discord under the trading indicator tab. So the Discord link is in the comments section and also in the description. We got a free trading course over here. You guys can watch our free trading course to learn more about the indicators and more about our strategy and approach to the markets. And then the trading indicator tab is right here. All you got to do is click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right up into your TradingView account. You're going to get the Fibonacci. You're going to get the moving averages, the red and green dots, the stochastic RSI, the MACD, everything. My chart layout will load into your account. So your screen's going to look exactly like my screen as you see it here on today's video. If you guys have any questions or need help with that, just email me overkill@overkillinvesting.club. What else we got? Sui, again, I still really like. I'm targeting $4 on Sui. I think Sui's going to be a big player in the crypto space. Huge. And again, this sideways consolidation, we've been up and down, up and down, up and down for 3 months now, right? Since November. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? It's frustrating. I get it. I get it, man. It's nothing to quit about, though, right? It's just, again, takes patience. Imagine quitting over here in August last year at 61 cents. August when we got those. Imagine quitting right here at 60, 70 cents. Okay? And you lost out on all those gains because you're a quitter. Right? We don't quit here. That's just not what we do. It's not our Spartan mentality. Okay? Now is the time to dig in. We don't let hard times dictate us. Okay? We don't let our emotions control us. Okay? If you're investing, you are taking a risk. Okay, there is risk to any investment, whether it's silver, whether it's gold, whether it's real estate. Okay, you are taking a risk by investing. Okay, and I have a full disclaimer over here that tells you, okay, I am in no way responsible for if you lose. Okay, I am not a securities broker. Okay, I am creating this channel for information and education purposes only. Okay, I am not a broker. If you guys want a broker and you want to make 5% a year, Go talk to an Edward Jones or somebody over there, okay? Investment comes with risk. So, again, I want to reiterate, you never actually lose a position unless you sell. So if you're down right now and you sell, yeah, you take a loss. But if you hold it, it never actually gets calculated as a loss when it goes back up and you sell it. So I personally think altcoins are just in a great spot. I know I've been saying that for 3 months, but we've been going sideways for 3 months, right? It's the same thing. Nothing has changed. When we come back up here like we did in December of 2024, okay, and right here in August, right, when we get up closer to this red zone, this is when we should be thinking take profits. Down here, we should be thinking full on buy, hold, okay? Not cry. It's buy, hold down here, okay? Buy and hold. If we go down, we average down. We keep buying all the way down, okay? Warren Buffett says, buy when there's blood in the streets. Okay, there's blood in the streets after a 50 to 60% pullback on names. Okay, Sui's pulled back 70%. Again, if you go read any investment book, it'll tell you when an asset drops 60%. If the housing market crashed 60% tomorrow, would you be rushing to sell your house? No, you wouldn't. And why is that? A, because it's hard to do. Selling a house is a very hard process. Okay, whereas your phone, you literally can open up your app and you can get emotional that day and you can click sell. You could just, oh, sell. Okay, I sold. Okay, it's the same kind of thing here, folks, with stocks and crypto. It's no different. It's just a lot easier to buy and sell. That's the downside of investing, is it's easy to get emotional and make a decision, right? If the real estate market crashed 60% tomorrow, you would be rushing. Okay, you would be rushing to buy a house if you had the money, right? So again, it's the same thing, same psychology, same kind of idea, but with stocks. I just messed something up, but XCN, this one's still holding green as well. So watching the daily on this one, again, we're just waiting for this to retract up here to the red zone. We are staking this one, earning 30% APY as we wait for that retracement back up here into the red zone. That one I'm still holding on to and staking. Pinlink is another one I'm still staking, looking for a daily dot on this one. These guys are paying like 23% APY. XCN's paying around 29%. That means I just get paid for holding it on their site. If you guys want to learn more about staking, you can come over here. I have a free DeFi course as well. So the trading course is going to teach you about our indicators and how we trade, how we approach the markets. And then the DeFi course will teach you how to stake and earn passive income with your cryptocurrency. That's in the DeFi course. Both of those are free. I don't want to charge you guys for education. I want to give all the education away for free. So that's over there inside of the Discord as well. And the Discord is free to join. We do have a membership to the Discord you guys can learn about right here in the Become a Member tab. We have over 3,000 Spartans over there. Spartans are just members. It only costs around $4 a month to join. $4 a month. That's less than a Starbucks coffee right now. NVO, this has been one of the best trades so far for me this year. We were buying this thing down here at 45, and you can see it's up like to 63. And we were also playing a 2x levered ETF on this as well. So let me see how much we're up on that one. NVOX. We're up big on this one. We're up 91% currently on NVO. So that's still looking good. I bought this at 1740. You can see it's all the way up to 33. I did take some profits on this. I had a lot bigger position on it. Huge position, so I just trimmed the position down. But we're up 91%, and this thing still has room to go. So, again, our target's up here in the red zone, so I'll be looking to take profits on this around 80 to 90. But this monthly chart is just now breaking out, looking very, very bullish here. NVO could be a really good one for the long term. They have a really good product, and they got some really, really nice partnerships. They sell that weight loss drug, Ozempic. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but I guess it's like the thing to do now if people want to lose weight in a lazy way. I prefer a good diet and treadmill and some weights, but a lot of people like to take the easy route, and NVO provides that. So you can see the stock is starting. Again, how far did this thing drop? 150 all the way down to 40 bucks. I mean, 70% drawdown. Are we panicking and crying down here? Maybe a little bit, especially if you bought up here. But right, with us, we want to buy the green dots down here. Right, when we see those down here is when we want to take a position. So NVO, I think, still looks really good. I'll take some more profits when that gets up to 50 or 80 to 90 bucks up there. PSKI, KY. I really like this play. They just reformed their company. Wow, this looks good. I might have to buy more of this today. This is Paramount Plus, so they just made a deal with the UFC. I don't know if I got any UFC fans in here, but you can only watch the UFC on Paramount now, and they're a streaming service. They also have a lot of good shows, but it's pulled back from 20 all the way down to 10. That's a 50% pullback. Okay, all we need is a weekly green dot. I like how this is starting the week here. Nice green candle. So I'd be another one. I'm going to be looking to average down on this week probably when we get that signal over there in the weekly alert section. Again, if you guys have the indicator, you guys will see it on your charts. But I do believe that's coming in the next 1 to 3 weeks. And I think this is going to be a big growth stock here. They're also raising their subscription prices, which is going to bring in more revenue. So, higher subscription prices, deal with the UFC. I really like what they're doing. Paramount Plus, and it's down here at $10. I think that's a good price. CDIS is still just hanging out, again, down here at around 2 cents. I think we're about even on this right now. All-time highs on this was 50 cents. This one's built on the SUI network. This is another one. This is probably my number 3 play. So if I'm going to rank my cryptos, it's going to go Link, Sui, and Cetus. I really like those. Are probably my top 3 plays. I think I skipped Dot, but Dot's still the same thing. Again, we're way down off of the highs, and I'm looking for a monthly on Dot here to add to the position, but I'm staking that on Coinbase currently. Plume's another one. I mean, guys, would you rather buy cryptocurrency down here, or would you rather buy silver up here? I mean, let me know in the comments. I want to know. Do you guys want to buy at all-time highs, or do you guys want to buy down here at the absolute lows? As a trader, we want to buy at the lows. We don't want to buy at all-time highs. Okay. And again, I'm not knocking silver or gold. I'm really happy for everybody that made money, but it is stupid to buy gold or silver at the current prices. I don't know anybody going out of their way to tell me they're buying gold or silver right now. They're just talking about how great it is, right? They're saying, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. It's going, it's going, it's going. But no one's buying it. That's the problem. No one's buying it. Okay, I don't even think the places where you go to sell silver want to buy it at the current prices. So in my opinion, it's just not a sustainable rally. So I would rather buy stuff as a trader down here at the lows, okay, and wait for it to come back up or retrace back up. You got the MACD crossover here on Plume too. Guys, I am so bullish on alts. It's not even funny. Like the charts have never looked so good. ServiceNow's got the weekly, so this is one we could look to average down on here. Again, this one's gotten absolutely annihilated here. Okay, really big dip. And the weekly is giving a signal here. So I like this one. You could put a stop loss at 120 on it. But I would be a buyer of ServiceNow here at these levels. This is a good AI play here. Uniswap's also down here at the lows. Again, we bounced here in 2025. We bounced here in 2024. We bounced here in 2023. What do you guys think is going to happen next? Do you think the adoption of crypto is going away? Do you think people are getting less and less? Institutions are getting less and less interested in crypto? Crypto's been the largest growing asset for the last, I don't even know, 10 years. And the adoption's only picking up. So you're buying these names at their support levels. Okay, you're buying it at the lows. It's not going to give you a 10x return tomorrow or the next day, right? People's want or need to get rich is a scam. If you're trying to get rich, you're getting scammed. You can't get rich quick unless you hit the lotto, but your chances of doing that are slim to none. Okay, you have a better chance of getting hit by lightning. If you want a decent, proven strategy, if you look at the chart, every time this comes down here and gives you a green dot on Uni, it's a great time to buy, great time to buy, great time to buy, great time. So we just go off the data, right? I'm not here to push you guys or tell you what to buy. I just point out the data, right? I'm a logical person. I think from a number perspective. I try to think logically and not emotionally about my investments. Okay, if something's down here and it's proven to bounce when we get this signal, since all the way back here in 2022. Okay, you had a couple fake signals right here in 2022 during the bear market, but I don't think we're in a bear market. Well, we are in a bear market because a bear market is defined as something dropping 20%, and Uniswap is down literally 60 to 70%, and this is one of the biggest projects on Uniswap, so it's down 60%. That's why we're buying it down here. So I'm looking to average down on Uniswap. I'm not quite down 20% on that yet. I think I'm down like 15%. But I do think it's going to find a bottom down here around 450. We got SOSX. This is another short play I took on the semiconductors. So this is like a short on chips. So like AMD, NVIDIA, right? I'm pretty much saying this is going to correct. And to me, that's just an insurance play. I mean, you see how many names I'm long on, right? I'm long on everything, right? My portfolio, I mean, I'm probably sitting about 10% cash right now. SOXS to me is just a insurance play in case we have a black swan event, in case something bad happens and the market decides to take a dump. SOXS, like that ZSL, is going to go up. Okay, just like how ZSL goes up when silver goes down, we're going to make money by the market going down on SOXS. So again, I have all these positions I'm long on, but I do have a couple insurance plays like SOXS, right? This one is just a short on the tech market. So if tech goes down, it could not go down for a year, but when it does, right, this thing is going to go up and I will make money off the market going down. So it's like an insurance play for me. It's a 3x levered ETF. So yeah, I have a couple short positions right now. So CSA, this is Comcast, still holding those options, still targeting 35. Nothing too exciting about that. PBR, I'm in some contracts. I'm trying to get out of those contracts. I just can't get filled. They won't fill me. I'm trying to get filled at a price, and they're not filling me at my price. So I do have those option contracts, and it's actually really ticking me off that I can't get out of these, but it is in the sell zone up here. This is a Brazilian oil and gas company, and I'm up. I think I'm up like 20. Oh, I'm actually up like 60% on these. I'm up pretty heavy on these. Or I was up 60%. Now I'm only up 32% on those contracts. I'm trying to sell them for 40 cents, but they won't fill. I don't know why, but I guess I'm being greedy, not selling at 33. But it did break out here on the monthly, so maybe this thing will go for a ride with all that stuff going on in Venezuela. But yeah, typically I'm looking to sell my positions when we get up in the red zone. So we're in the red zone. I should be looking to take profits on PBR right now. PayPal finally got the weekly signal we've been looking for. Okay, PayPal showing up here. The last time we got this signal was back here in April. When I say this signal, I mean with the blue wave down here below the white line, right? It wasn't below the white line right here. It was right back here in April. That had a really nice bounce from 56, literally the same price we're sitting at. We call that support, all the way up here to 80, and now it pulled all the way back, and we're at the same price we bounced at here and here. I think PayPal's a no-brainer. Probably my favorite stock of the year so far. Okay, I really like PayPal. DRN, this thing's very choppy. This is a real estate play. Looking like it's finding support here at 9. Again, just targeting that red zone up there at around 11 to 12 on DRN. We got Circle. Circle got some buyers stepping in here today. I'm looking for a daily signal on Circle. It did get the weekly dot, but again, that wave is still way down there below the white line. This is one of the biggest crypto stablecoin plays, a really good crypto play for a stock. Circle, they are the issuer of USDC, which is one of the largest. This is one of the largest of USDC, which is the largest stable coin. So as soon as we get the Genius Act and the Clarity Act passing, all that legislation, I think Circle's going to do very, very well. I still like it down here at 70. I bought it back here at like 64 or 6, or I'm sorry, like 66 or 67. So I'm still up like 10% on it. So I probably wouldn't be looking to average down here, but it's right back to where I bought it. I did end up selling some up here at 90, and I still do have a position on it. So if you want to play this one, I'd look for the daily or the weekly. Okay, but that one has strong support right there at its IPO price of 64. That's where it IPO'd. It shot up, and then it came all the way back down. So I like it down here at 70 still. Oxy, another oil and gas play here. Just looking for that red zone. STLA, same thing. Just looking for the red zone. Maybe looking at average down here. I do have a bid order put on those options. I'm playing the... I have options on this. Hold on, I'll tell you what the options are. The options I'm playing on this are going to be STLA. They are the $20 calls for 2027, June 2027, which is next year, right? So they have about a year and a half time. I'm actually down 34% on those. So I have a bid set right now, a bid order placed for 15 cents. So if it drops to 15 cents, that order is going to fill. And then that will get my average cost down. So with options, I told you guys I don't like to average down unless I'm down 20%. That's with stocks. So with options, I normally look to average down at negative 50%. But again, these are for June of next year. So there's a year and a half time on these options. So I have a ton of time. So I'm looking to average down. If it goes down to 15 cents, that would put me down about 50% on that position. Again, we're down here in the golden zone. The golden zone is normally where we want to be buying on the daily, and we're just looking for that retracement up there into the red zone on STLA. Snapchat, just not doing anything. Okay, just freaking, look at this. This has gone sideways for the whole year. So one thing about Snapchat, though, is they normally move really big off of their earnings, and they got earnings coming up on February 4th, which is going to be in about a week or two, week and a half. So they normally move really big on their earnings. So that's what I'm placing this on. Again, we've shot, I mean, if there's a definition of consolidation in the dictionary, this is what it looks like. Okay, just not moving. So Snapchat's been very disappointing. And I've been holding this for probably a year. I've been averaging down, and I'm just waiting for that big explosive move to the upside. I think it's going to come. You can see how these earnings, when they beat their earnings, they just shoot right up. Okay, so they got earnings coming up on the 4th. So yeah, I'm still holding this position, and I'm just waiting, right? Waiting is the name of the game. MSTR, still hanging on, dude. Still just going sideways here, just waiting for that breakout. The MACD looks really bullish down here. Again, where was everyone excited about MSTR? Up here at 450. This is when everyone's screaming and shouting. Everyone's scared and worried down here. They're, oh my God, they're going to go bankrupt and da-da-da-da-da-da. That's when I want to buy, okay? I don't want to buy when the wave's up here. I want to buy when it's down here. And the last time that happened was all the way back here in 2023 at $11. It went all the way up here to 600, okay? 11 to 600 is a pretty good gain. So still bullish on MSTR. I think I'm about even on the trade. Just looking for the breakout on that one. Targets 400 to 450. I have a lot of positions, don't I? I think I have like 25 names in my portfolio right now. GDRX, just boring as hell. Another just stupid stock. That and Snapchat are awful. They've been awful. Okay, it hasn't moved. Just going sideways. So I think GoodRx is going to get bought out. I think that's what's going to happen. But to be honest, I would not bother. I think there's some better names to own. Coinbase. Coinbase is looking good. We played this green weekly from January. We bought it about $230. Again, we're down $20. Nothing to panic about. Nothing to cry in the chat about. Okay, just looking for that green dot there on the weekly to average down. I think this one did give a daily. Not quite yet. So didn't quite give that. To me, Coinbase is a no-brainer. It's one of the biggest crypto exchanges out there. It's very beat up. Again, it's down 45, 50% from its high, 52% from the high. Beautiful. I want to buy the pullback. Okay, so looking for the green dot on Coinbase on the weekly or the daily for a chance to average down. I am going to average down on Coinbase when I get the signal here, probably on the daily. That could probably zip down to 200, and I think that'll be a good place to average down. Nail's still hanging out here, not quite in the red zone, still holding on to this one as well. Once again, we bought this one down here at around $50. We're up a little bit on the position, still holding. SMCI is another one I really like. It's got a green dot. Again, sideways. Every time I buy something this year so far, it's just done this, which is fine. I get it. Sideways is a part of the market, okay? I wish it would just do this after I bought it, right? I wish it would just go whoop. But most of the time, this big move comes after a consolidation phase, right? If you can't sit through this, don't bother getting in the markets, okay? This comes after this, okay? The big move normally comes after a long, drawn-out consolidation phase. So I do think these are going to hit. It's just a matter of when, right? We're 1 to 6 months out. We got the signal January 5th. That was 2 weeks ago. So, again, impatience will wreck you in the markets, okay? Got the signal 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. So just be patient, be calm, okay? And we're just waiting, baby. We're waiting for that wave to come back up there. DJT, another very disappointing stock, okay? Green dot back there at $10. It popped up to 17. It's just hanging at 14 right now, not doing really anything. Target's still 35 to 40. Not too excited about that one, but normally when you get unexcited is when the big move happens. So I still do hold on to those options there at 14, and I'm just looking for that retracement back up there to the red zone. DRG, this is a low cap play here. Only a $4 million market cap. Not a lot I can tell you about the technicals. I'm staking this one. These guys are paying like 150% for staking their coin. It's just a really new project, so nothing to get too excited about. I'm just staking that one and kind of forgetting about it. It's not really a trade on technicals or anything. We got RR, Rich Tech Robotics, just hanging out here around $3 to $4. Again, hasn't moved in a couple of months. It did have a nice move from 3 up to 5. It is pulling back a little bit here today, so I'm looking to the daily probably on this one that has a red dot there on the daily. Probably looking to add to that one if it comes back down here and gives me a green dot there on the daily. TTD is another one I'm looking at averaging down on. This thing has just been clobbered. I mean, look at that drop. Just 140 to like 34. I think I bought this one around 37, so I'm down about 10%. Again, 10% is nothing to cry in the chat about. I'm looking for the monthly dot on TTD here. Okay, and our target's up here between 100 and 120. I like this one a lot. So it's got a red dot here today. So what you could do is come in here to the smaller time frames. I think 34 is a great spot for TTD, but probably looking for the daily dot on TTD. I am looking to average down on that, though. I think I'm down 14%, so it's not quite down to my average down spot yet, but I normally only like to average down if I'm down 20%. So I might add a little bit to this one. But again, it's just a stock with good earnings that's just very, very beat up, right? We like stocks that are very, very beat up. This thing's gone down for almost 2 years now, so we're just looking for a bounce, a retracement. Down 7% today probably isn't a bad day to add down 7%. I'd rather buy down 7% than up 7%. Here's ZSL. So I bought this at about 168, so it's already up around, I don't know, 15% from where I took the trade. But again, this is just a short on silver, guys. Nothing can go up forever. It's just not reality. Nothing has ever gone up forever, ever. It hasn't. It hasn't happened one time throughout history. There's always corrections. And again, when you see this major extension off of the EMAs, I mean, this is the 1 year moving average. So if you go from the top where we took the short, you're 40% off of the off the yearly moving average. This down here is the 3 year moving average. So you're down around 55%. So, or you're up 55%. So again, once you see that separation, the mean is down here. The mean is that dotted line. When you're way up off the averages, right, it's exciting. Especially if you're holding, you're like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever that's ever happened, yada, yada, yada. It's going to the moon. It's never going down. I mean, that's the sentiment you get. And again, that's just a fact. Okay, you wouldn't be rushing to the grocery store to buy your groceries right now if the grocery prices were up 50%. So why would you do that with your investments, right? We want to be down, right? We want things to be down when we buy. And again, I'm not saying silver can't go to 200. I'm not saying that at all. But I like my trade as a technical trader a lot more short here. I think it's going to pull back at least into the yearly moving average, maybe down to 70 or 60. And again, that's just my stance. I'm a technical trader. I go off the data. I don't go off what people think or what people say, or I just don't care what anybody has to say. Okay, I go off the chart data. Everything we do here is based on those three things. You guys remember? You guys know. Logic, data, and discipline. Logic is our strategy. Our strategy is what is laid out here in the trading rules. If you guys don't have trading rules, you guys need them. Okay, if you don't have rules that you follow, you're going to fail. 90 to 95% of people fail at the markets. It's not because they're dumb. It's just because they're undisciplined and they lack a plan. Okay, and they lack strategy. And then data, logic, data. Data's the indicator. Red and green dots, okay, MACD, moving averages, all the data we take into consideration here. We don't just use one indicator. We use a number of them, right? We use a number of indicators. We use the Fibonacci. We use the moving averages. We use the blue wave. We use the red and green dots, the stochastic RSI. We use the MACD. Okay, and we have a formula that we follow. Okay, and we're not chasing 10x moves. We don't chase. Okay, we're trying to hit singles and doubles. We're trying to be consistent traders, not trying to knock it out of the park every single time. Okay, and we go over this strategy over here in the trading course. So if you guys are new, you guys can watch the trading course and I break down all these rules. And then the last one's discipline. Discipline is to follow the strategy no matter what. Okay, doesn't matter what the Twitter says, how bad you feel, what anybody's saying, what Twitter says, what Jim Cramer says, what the news says, what Trump says. It's all noise. It doesn't matter when you have a strategy and when you have data to look at. Okay, you show me what the chart is. Okay, I can tell you right now, everyone's jacked up on silver. Okay, they're fired up. They're having a good time. They're telling everybody how great they are, which is good. I mean, they're great. They made a great trade. They deserve to brag. But again, that's when the greed sets in, right? They're greedy. They're afraid of selling because they think it might keep going up. Our goal is to never time the exact top. Our goal is to get out close to the top, okay, right here in this area. We don't want to wait for the exact top, okay? Who cares if silver goes to 120 or 150 from here, okay? Who cares? Okay, you have better odds of something like Coinbase, right, going back to 400, okay, back up here to the red zone. That's the same return you would get, if not more. Okay, if Coinbase goes back to the red zone, you double your money. In order to double your money on silver right now, silver has to go to $200. $200, which I'm not saying is impossible, but again, Do you like your chances of that happening? For silver to add on $5 trillion to its market cap, or for Coinbase to add on maybe a 100 billion. I mean, it's basic math, basic common sense, right? Just thinking about it. Don't get greedy. Greedy's how you get killed. Again, if you bought silver back here in 2011 at the all-time high, I bet you people were freaking out. I wasn't in the markets in 2011. I was still in high school. Okay, but I bet everybody was freaking out about silver back here, saying how great it was and the world was going to end and yada, 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 right? And then what happened? It went down for the next 6 years, okay? And you didn't make your money back if you bought up here at the top in 2011 until November of last year. You got to break even. 14 years later, you got to break even. So, again, if you want to buy the top, all the power to you. If you're still holding silver, all the power to you. But just know that this is going to correct, and it's going to come down. And that's why we took that trade on ZSL. And again, it's going to be probably very volatile, very up and down. But I think long term, I think ZSL, this short on silver, is a very good trade. And then my last one is just a short on GM. Why am I shorting GM? Well, look at the chart. Okay, every time this wave comes up here above the white line and gives you a red dot, it eventually has a pullback. So I'm shorting GM up here at around 80. I can't remember what the calls were. I think the calls were for like 40 to 50. Let me just double check for you guys real quick what those calls were. They were the GM calls. Where'd you go? 50. Yep, $50 puts. So those, I'm still break even on those. So those are for January of next year. So I have about 12 months on those for that thing to crack. Again, I'm just placing a trade based on GM coming down. Why do I think GM's coming down? The data, the chart. Okay, we're up here in the red zone. This is where I like to take profits or short. Okay, I'm thinking this thing is going to correct back down here into 50 because, again, got the red dot on the weekly. We don't got the red dot yet on the monthly, but you can see the separation off the EMAs. Price always retracts into those EMAs, and that yearly moving average is literally sitting right at 50. So I'm still short GM. So my short trades are that ZSL for silver, GM, and SOXS. Those are all my, pretty much my insurance trades to the downside, right? I'm shorting all of those. And then the rest of them I'm long. So I'm still very bullish on alt, still very bullish on the markets, but I do have some insurance plays in case the market does decide to correct. I have some insurance to the downside. So that's the portfolio update for today, January 26th. Again, a lot of names still really in good territory like HIMS. Okay, I think Sui looks good down here. Link. A lot of these names looking very, very good. And again, these are not day trades. These are swing trades. So if you bought Link here in April, it took you 5 months to go from right down here at 11 all the way up here to 28. That was a 136% move. Right, we got the red dot right there above the white line. Good time to take profits. It's where we want to cash out. Right, red dot in the red zone right here. Red dot in the red zone. That's where we cash out. And then what happened? Boom, we puked. So we reset. Now we're reloading the bags. Stay patient, guys. Don't get frustrated. I know it's frustrating down here, but have patience, right? You're not going to get rich quick investing in anything, in real estate, and it's not going to happen. So get it out of your head. This is not a get rich quick strategy. Okay, if you're frustrated, I get it, but leave it out of the chat, or I'll boot you. Okay, don't be talking negatively about anything. Okay, we're all here to win together. We're going to win together. We're going to lose together. We're here to share information. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to help each other, not bring each other down and complain and cry in the chat. So, yeah, with that being said, that's it for today. We'll be taking chart requests from you guys tomorrow here on the live. We're gonna go live and take some live chart requests, and I'll still be answering these chart requests from next week. We got a few more to go through, and then this chart request thread will be open up, so you guys will be able to request charts again tomorrow. I'm gonna open this up tomorrow, and you guys will be able to put those requests in here and get those answers. So if you have things you're looking at, stocks, crypto, whatever it is, you'll be able to drop it in this chart request thread, and I will look and analyze the charts for you guys over there. Just like we do here every single week. Tuesday through Thursday, our chart requests. Monday's the portfolio update. And then Friday is our watch list. If you guys missed the watch list from Friday, these are all the favorites from that video. You can see there's a lot more green than red. We only have about 5 names in the red, and everything else is green. So tune in for that watch list every single Friday. If you guys are new, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys can watch that watch list replay over here in the Discord under the latest tab. We always post our latest videos over here from YouTube. So you guys can watch that. If you guys missed that on Friday, just click on this link right here. That was the watch list from January 23rd. We'll be dropping another one here this Friday. So that's it for today, folks. God bless you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for some chart requests. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll chat soon.